So you know what happens, guys? I get home, Dad's doing all this cool zinking, and I asked him, did he film it? What does he say?
I did
Not
a little
really.
bit. A little bit.
Not really.
Okay. Oh, does anybody want to buy a Fairlane? Got one here, make an offer. Goes good, V8 302 or 5 litre. Automatic, don't know what the gearbox is. It's a really nice standard car. It's got, not issues, but it's got, it needs work, you know, it needs TLC polishing and tailpipe and the ABS lights on and just little things like that. So anyway, let's not waste time with that. If you want to know about that, I'll do a video on that. So here's all my parts. I've laid out, not all, here's a lot of the parts I've laid out. And, you know, brake booster, pedal boxes, upper wishbones. And you'll notice there's a lot of double up. So everything that's, I don't actually know where it even came from, but I've got about 8 of those things. So if you're short a set, let me know. U-bolts, suspension bolts, all new. Ball joints, all new old stock with these things here. They've been sitting around a long time, but they're still new. I like the master cylinder for the clutch, and it's, you know, I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Made in Australia. How's that? I'm going to use that, right or wrong. I'll have to get a kit for it. Or just, all I need to do is find a couple of seals for it, and it should be apples. Inner guard liners, you know, bonnet latch mounts. Yeah, wishbones. There's an XW and XY one there. And front stub axles and backing plates for these things. They're just got to paint them yet. A lot of these are painted, but they've got coated dust on it. Anyway, so I'll pan through all of this. So a lot of double ups. Again, that's the thing, stop the diff from whacking into the body. You all know what these things are, don't you? Rear spring hangers for a ute. The utes are different to the sedans. They go, wow, I've got this spot used, but they bolt there, and that your spring U-bolt goes through it. And everything's coated in dust at the moment, so it's a bit of a drag. You all know what U-bolt stuff looks like. Sway bar, it's all there. I don't know if I have an XW one of these or if they're the same. I never pull this apart. I'm almost going to have to pull one of the other cars, strip one of them down to figure out how these things go back together properly, because I've actually never pulled them apart. So double ups again, that's steering column brackets, more steering column brackets, more steering column brackets, I guess. More steering column brackets. I don't know how that works. It probably goes there. Oh yeah, they'll go on the floor to seal the floor. Don't know where that goes. It's a mystery. Pretty sure they're for the mudguard, are they? Like, where's the mudguard? Let's have a look. I thought I used some, but they may be different. No, it's different. I thought it was that bracket for a second there. Let me just... And then we've got lots of them. I've got a few spare ones of them. So yeah, I don't know where these go. I may just be having a senior moment, I've forgotten. But where do they go? It's a mystery. I've got 3 of them. I probably only need 2. Yeah, steering box. Oh, the steering box is over there. I haven't bothered getting it out yet. And the drag link, all that stuff. I'll get onto that too. If anybody knows where these go, either for the automatic transmission, you know, the selector mechanism or something on a column shift, or something to do with the accelerator linkage or something, I don't know. That's why I'm asking, I guess. So if you know where they go, or I don't know if both go on one car or if they belong to 2 cars, let me know, will you? Leave a comment for them. And thanks, fellas. Yeah, so this has all got primer on it, so it's ready to paint. And And so that's what I'm going to do. So I'll put that on time lapse, or maybe just film it and Josh can time lapse it, whatever he wants. Excuse me. Anyway, so I'll get on with it. Cheers. Just a quick rundown of it all sort of stacked neatly together. It's all painted and ready to bolt up. And a lot of it I'll be putting together soon and obviously putting on the car. The reason I haven't started bolting anything to the car yet is I've got to spray, it's focusing on my hand, got to spray in the guards and underneath in the tunnel and stuff with some sound deadener. And stuff like that, and have to clean all the dust and grime off it. It'll come up pretty good. Probably like that bit at the front there. And then I'll start bolting everything together. It's hard to bolt everything together because the rotisserie is actually in the road for the spring hangers. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. That sucks. So anyway, so I'll start with the front. I got lots of things, rubber grommets to put in, and you know, it's just, I wanted all the brake lines fitted, so I have to pull the brake lines off the XW ute I've got, so I can copy them and match them. So these are all done and exactly to factory. And so it's a process. It's a process. But once I've got this all cleaned up and back on its feet, I will continue on with the paintwork, and I'll be happy to do that. And even just make sure before I take it off the rotisserie, I'm happy with all this lower stuff for you, because I hate bending over and doing all that stuff because I'm too old and unflexible these days. So yeah. So anyway, so that's all of it. It's not all of it, it's just some of it. There's doubles up of stuff. You'll see there's lots of, like, there's two of these. There's only one of them in per car. And there's enough shackles there to do 3 cars, I think. And 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars. Yeah, enough shackles to do 3 cars. And, but I mean, while you're at it, you might as well prepare it all and get it all nice. And just so that it's, you know, a good quality component and will now last forever, even if you don't use them. Same with these. They're off a XR sedan. I probably won't be using them. And these here are for the rubber mounted rear suspension. I rubber mount the suspension if I can with them, but I don't know that I can. The springs might be too big. We'll see what happens. And, if not, I want to get some heavy, big giant U-bolts or something. And, so that's about it. So, I think these ones, correct me if I'm wrong, I think these front, they're off a XB or so. They're a different style to this style here. I don't know these suspensions all that well, so Holden, I can tell you exactly what's going on them. So these are different. See, these are the squeaky type, and they squeak like nothing else, and it's hard to get grease into them. Eventually I might pull the nipples out and make sure they're all clear, and the grease goes through them before they get bolted into anything, or they won't get bolted into anything. I'll probably just use those ones there. So there we got the drag link assembly, towed ends, which are all nice and tight and good nick. Everything seems to be in good nick. Idler arm, Pitman arm, it all seems good. Steering box, it's a bit weepy on the outside. Could have come from the engine, I don't know. But I will inspect that and check the bearings, all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, they're not hard to take out, not out of one of these. And so I'm not sure how far I've got to delve into that. But it'd be nice to have it working properly and got the right oil in it and stuff. So that's it. So every time I think I'm getting closer, I'm going to send these and the back brakes from to get my guy to machine them, just take a skim off them. And I'll probably give him a sandblast before he takes them, just to make them look more. You can see the pitman arm bolt there. Very difficult to unbolt it out of the car. So what I'm going to do is put it in the vise and do it. So do you want to watch? Let me know. All right, I'll put it on then. You guys see that all right? Good. Okay. This is going to be easier said than done. You've got to take it off, so it's either going to make it or break it. Yes. So this looks like it. Ouch. That really hurt. Damn, I'm lifting my vise and I should be pushing down my... I should have it in the other way. Janet! Got to get this thing out of here. I think a sharp blow might be installed. Ready? Watch your ears. It hates me. Gonna break my vise. All right, bit more heat, perhaps. Well, I time-lapsed that, and by crikeys, that was hard to get off. So I finally got it loose. I'm making a mess of my bench. Now this is all hot, so I might have just simply let it cool off. Yeah. But it burns. You guys know, did you either pull it or pull them off? I don't know if I've got to pull it, it'll do that. We'll have to see. Might use the press if I can. I can't think I'll get into the press. Anyway, so you saw that. So, yeah, that's exciting, isn't it? Okay, so obviously you saw me take the nut off. I don't have a pitman arm puller. I used to have one, but I think I broke it on a particularly stubborn pitman arm once and never got a new one. And I think I ended up torching it and just whacking it off and on that day. But I don't want to torch this one off. And although I have a hunch I'm going to buy a new pitman arm, if they're not too dear, idler arm, and certainly going to buy inner and outer turret ends. And the reason I wasn't going to, but then there's no way I'm going to be able to replace these rubbers. You can knock the cap off, but you can't buy them anymore, I don't think. And I don't think they're all that dear that you'd bother. So the drag link itself is in perfectly good condition, and providing it is actually out of an XY, because I don't know, and there's a lot of XB stuff I'm discovering, and XB, X6, whatever. Read the comments if you want to know what everybody else seems to know a heck of a lot better than I do. Anyway, so I've got this. So all those bits will be cleaned, sandblasted possibly, some of it. I'll probably just boy wheel it. And zinced. I'll zinc everything, certainly zinc. Well, I don't know if I'll zinc that or not, depends on the condition of it. And, well, no, I'd actually probably paint that, now that I think about it. And, yeah, once upon a time we used to press, we'd always press the new bushes in and out of there, but now you just buy the whole arm. It's weird, isn't it? Well, you have done for many, many years, but in my younger days, you'd order the bushes and you'd press them in and away you go. And I really liked doing it that way. When you started throwing away the whole arm, I thought, oh, gee, it was ever so wasteful. And we still live in this wasteful society where you can't buy the damn bushes, but you can buy the whole thing. Now, what's wrong with buying the bushes? So I'd much rather buy the bushes. So if I can buy the bushes, I will. Same with the seal kits for the calipers. You know, I'd much rather repair the calipers than throw them away and buy new ones. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I bought a new spring kit for the back brakes, the old ones, but they're actually a bit different. So I'm a little bit sort of, that spring there, the yellow one, is flared at the end like this one. I don't have much difference, but just a lot stronger, heavier. So I've got to get all these things zinced, and I need a handbrake cable, so it's going to be a little while before I'm going to be able to put the back brakes together.
How different is this? How
It's
cool.
very exciting. Like, that's the Pitman arm bolt, and they're all like rust, and now that's idler arm washers.
Yeah.
I haven't buffed the nuts yet for the idler arm yet, but I will. I'm getting on with it.
How good.
Just touched it again.
You
So
know.
you leave it in about 15 minutes to an hour, whatever you feel like. Depending on the size. If it starts bubbling too much, you've got to turn the amperage down. And I made this power supply. Pretty groovy, eh, man?
Yeah, you did make it.
And so it's set at 1.5 amps.
That's really high. I thought it was only meant to be when I read it.
1 amp to 1.5.
How's the agitator working okay?
Yeah, everything's perfect. This is
Cool.
the kit I bought. You can show them the kit if you want.
Yeah, from Jane Plating.
So I've been buffing them. I've been dropping them in vinegar. You can see how they're bubbling away in the vinegar.
Yeah.
So the vinegar seems to etch them, and it just kills off that last bit of rust.
Yeah, right. Really
And then
is
I put
bubbling,
them in an
eh?
alkaline solution, and then I rub them down with steel wool or toothbrush, or both. And then I zinc them, and they come up all right. It's sort of like, I don't know if it's professional standard, but it, you know, it's good enough.
Look, it's probably better than your last bunch you got done, so.
And I have discovered that I'm pretty sure that that's meant to be gold.
Oh, well, that should be easy, shouldn't it?
Yes.
You just got to put a new...
So what I do now is I can, I literally just wash it, dip it in the acid solution, wash it again and do it in that. But
you wouldn't put a fresh coat on and then dip
no,
it?
no, it's quite shiny.
Okay.
I mean, I could. Some of it's not been done properly. No.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's underneath, and the top's good.
Cool.
So I'm pretty happy. It needs a good old-fashioned clean.
Yeah.
So,
That,
yeah, well, we've got the brightener in. Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
all your little bits hanging up. That's great. You should set up a time lapse.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's a big spring washer.
No, but is that water? Or
Yeah,
is
that's just rinse. And this is sort of an acidy stuff. Sort of give it about, I've been sort of just doing that. Doesn't need much. Rinse again, that's water. And remember the colour. So that's a nice, I love that colour. Then in here. So you just, and it gets darker. So you got to watch you don't overdo it. And that's it. And now you can't tell, but that's gold. And the only way you really notice is if I do this. I'll show you something. And you just want to compare it to. See?
Yeah.
And the difference.
Work the treat.
So that's it. That's a brand spanking new washer. Loving it. Oops. Go there. So I might as well turn it off. I'm glad. I didn't know how these were going to turn out, but they turned out pretty good. See, that's the rust pitting.
Yeah.
And, but you know, you.
What are the acid?
Oh yeah. I just did. This is so that that will etch into it.
Yeah.
It just dulls it off a bit.
You don't,
I'm in a bit of a rush.
he's got a real spring in his step today
I'm trying to get this done for a long time.
on a Sunday.
Yeah. So that can go up to dry again. So that is just perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks really nice.
And the wire doesn't seem to ever do it. Zinc's under the wire. It's really clever. So it's like a really good job. So I don't like to go into this too much because I can dull it off. But yeah, it's nice to have it go shiny. And when I mean it was dull before, it was really dull. It was like I was heartbroken. What am I doing wrong, Julie? And then
So this
Julie said, "Oh,
here,
hang on a minute." But I suddenly finished. See, now that's now gold. See, perfect.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with the.
Oh, I can tell. It's gone very gold. Awesome. That's really cool.
So I've just, it's so easy to just clean a bit, put it in, because you can't do a bucket loads of it. So you just do a little bit at a time, and it's quite okay. It's quite peaceful just to clean it, perfect, and then put it in and zinc it. I quite enjoy it.
That's nice, Dad.
So I'll keep going.